Your Excellency. Today, as you said, Your Excellency, this is not just an app that we are launching. What we are doing here is starting the journey to absolutely democratize wealth in our country. And so we see this, as you said, as a very, very pivotal milestone in the history of our country, Kenya. Let me start with you, Your Excellency. One of the segment in our population that we are really targeting here is young people. A lot of them either didn't have access, or they are engaged in activities such as gambling and betting, which some of them think is actually investing, which it is not. But what's your view on how we really continue to support the youth to come to our market, and of course how that links to your administration's agenda around bottom-up economic transformation?
I say with a lot of confidence, if I may say, that this is a very proud moment. This moment is... Yes, this moment is a moment when we open doors to many people who otherwise would have no access to the capital markets. And you have said correctly, young people, women, you know, people who are not necessarily endowed in many ways. So this opportunity, when I talked about it in 2022, it was the focus on how do we get everybody involved? How do we get the people at the bottom of the pyramid to participate? You know, many young people maybe may not have 100,000, maybe 200,000, but they have money and they want to participate. But the entry was so high. First, there was a requirement that there is a certain number of shares below which you cannot buy. So we changed the law. Now you can buy even one share of Safaricom to reduce, to bring down the barrier. Number two, the journey towards trading or buying shares was that there was a limit of 50,000. You know, you cannot trade in the stock exchange if you don't have 50,000. How many Kenyans have 50,000? You know, and yet, if you add too many Kenyans or so many Kenyans with 1,000, 2,000, it still adds up to huge numbers. So we again dropped the barrier. And then now the ultimate was the journey towards buying. You know, you need a CDS account, you need to know a broker, you need to go, you know, to offices and places. But today we are eliminating that whole, you know, journey and reducing it to your phone. You know, I remember telling Kenyans that the Hustler Fund, you don't need to know anybody. You know, government programs normally has bureaucracy. You have to know the MCA or the member of parliament or somebody influential, patronage, connections, those kind of things. But today a Kenyan can borrow from the Hustler Fund without knowing anybody, without any security. And I wanted the same for capital markets. Today we actualize that. Kenyans doesn't have to know a broker. They don't have to open a CDS account. They don't have to go to no office. From the comfort of their phones, they can participate in the capital markets. And it is my belief that we will now raise the number of people participating in our capital markets from 200,000 into the millions in a very short while. So if there was something bottom up, this is one of them.
Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. If I turn to Esther, Esther